Hi guys, today we'll be continuing part 3 of Rainforests, Reid. Rainforest resources. Tropical rainforests supply many valuable things for people. Hardwood timber, such as mahogany, ebony, and teak, grows in rainforests and is used for furniture and building. Many tropical rainforests are being cleared faster than trees can regrow. Without planning and protection, rainforest resources such as timber will not last forever. Valuable crops from rainforests. Many valuable crops came from tropical rainforest. Some wild crops such as Brazil nuts and rubber from South America and durians from Southern Asia are still harvested from rainforests. Most of the other crops are now grown on farms in areas of a rainforest climate. New varieties of useful plants are still being discovered in tropical rainforests. In Papua New Guinea, there are 251 types of rainforest trees that produce edible fruit. People are growing only 43 of these. Eco-fact: wild avocado trees. There are around 85 types of wild avocado trees in Central America. Some are resistant to diseases. Scientists crossbreed these with types farmers grow in tropical and subtropical areas. This helps farmers to produce better avocado crops. Nature's medicine chest. Tropical rainforest plants supply chemicals for 25% of the world's prescription drugs. At least 70% of the plants used to fight cancer comes from tropical rainforests. The rosy periwinkle from Madagascar produces chemicals used to treat a cancer of the blood called leukemia. Quinine is a drug used to treat malaria. It comes from the bark of the South American cinchona tree. Indigenous peoples use thousands of rainforest plants as medicines. There are many undiscovered medicines in tropical rainforests. If tropical rainforests are cleared for timber, farming, and ranching, future sources of medicines and crops will be lost forever. Eco-fact: chemical prospecting. Chemical prospecting is the process of looking for useful chemicals in living organisms. Some drug companies pay a fee to the government of a country to search for the useful organisms in their rainforests. This helps the government earn money without damaging the rainforests. Threats to rainforests. There are many threats to rainforests, including fires, wars, and the building of roads, industries, cities, mines, and dams. However, the biggest threat of rainforests is clearing. Worldwide, about 17 million hectares, 42 million acres of tropical rainforests are cleared each year. The trees are used for firewood and timber, or just burned. Cleared land is mainly used for grazing beef, cattle, and growing crops. Many poor countries with tropical rainforests are under pressure to make land available to their growing populations for farming and ranching. Poor countries also owe other rich countries a lot of money. Some of the money from logging tropical rainforests and farming and ranching the cleared land is used to pay back the rich countries. However, the poor soils are not good for growing crops and the land is not very productive. The cleared land makes very little money. Once rainforests are cleared, the habitat of the rainforest plants and animals is gone forever. Eco-fact: rainforest clearing. Almost half of the world's rainforests have disappeared over the past 50 years. About 10% of the Amazon's forests have been cleared, mainly for farming and grazing cattle. Small and large farmers, local and international companies and governments are involved in clearing rainforests. Endangered plants and animals. Because people are destroying rainforests, many rainforest plants and animals are endangered. These plants and animals can only live in rainforests. If their habitat disappears, they'll become extinct. Humans who hunt or trade endangered plants and animals push them to extinction faster. Scientists believe some tropical rainforest plants and animals have already become extinct. 8 types of macaw are extinct in Central America. There are only a few hundred mountain gorillas left in Africa. Indonesia has the highest number of endangered parrots. One of the world's rarest monkeys, the golden line tamarin, lives in one small reserve in Brazil, South America. There are only about 500 wild animals left, and the reserve is sometimes threatened by fire. The problem of endangered rainforest plants and animals can be solved if enough rainforests are protected. Ecofact: the endangered island. Madagascar is a large island off the east coast of Africa. Almost 70% of its rainforests have been cleared for farming. The island has 160,000 unique plants and animals, including 29 types of lemur. The rarest lemur is the eye, a nocturnal insectivore. Many of the island's plants and animals are endangered because their habitat is disappearing. Effects of clearing rainforests. Rainforests act like a giant sponge and help to control flooding. They also protect soils from being washed away. When the forests are cleared, flooding and soil erosion become problems. Tropical rainforests are called the lungs of the world. They help control the world's climate by absorbing large amounts of carbon dioxide and releasing large amounts of oxygen. The trees store carbon to help prevent global warming. When tropical rainforests are cleared, the climate of the whole planet is affected. Rainfall patterns change. When trees are burned, carbon dioxide is released. This adds to global warming. As a result, sea levels rise and some coastal areas may be flooded. Many millions of people around the world may lose their homes and this continues. Indigenous people also lose their homes and their way of life when the forests are cleared. Their great knowledge of the forest is also lost. Ecofact: endangered peoples. There were about 10 to 15 million indigenous people in the Amazon basin, some 500 years ago. Many were killed by settlers or died from diseases that these people brought with them. Today, there are about 1 million indigenous Amazonian people in 500 groups. Some are threatened because the rainforests where they live are being cleared. Ecotourism in rainforests. Ecotourism is when visitors pay to see the beauty of a natural ecosystem. People want to visit tropical rainforests because they are the world's richest ecosystem. Ecotourism does not cause much disturbance to rainforests. In many areas, governments and local people can earn money from the people visiting rainforests than from clearing them. Ecotourism is the largest industry in Costa Rica. It is also growing in importance in many other countries for tropical rainforests. Indigenous people can become guides, showing visitors rainforest plants and help animals. Ecotourism can protect some valuable rainforest areas for the future. Ecofact: ecotourism in Belize. A reserve for the black-cow monkeys around farmland in Belize, Central America, attracts 6,000 tourists a year. Local farmers act as tour guides and provide food and lodging for the tourists. The farmers and the monkeys benefit by keeping the rainforest alive. Protecting rainforests. More laws are needed to prevent rainforests from being destroyed. At present, only 6% of the world's rainforests are protected in national parks and reserves. Less than 4% of Africa's rainforests are protected. Governments need to do more to save the important rainforest areas before it is too late. Scientists say that at least 10% of rainforests needs to be protected in parks and reserves so that most of the plant and animal species can survive. These parks also need to be large enough to allow this. Some rich countries have helped poor countries like Costa Rica and Ecuador to create reserves. People and governments around the world need to be aware of the threats to rainforests and take action to preserve what is left. EcoFact, Costa Rica. National parks protect the 12% of the tiny country of Costa Rica. Ecotourism is an important way of earning money for the country. There are also special reserves in the national parks for indigenous peoples. Conservation groups. International conservation groups such as the Worldwide Fund for Nature, WWF, also protect rainforests. They let many people know about the problems faced by rainforests. In the West African country of Cameroon, WWF have worked with the local people in Curb National Park to save the tropical rainforest from clearing and hunting. WWF have helped the people to learn crafts such as basket weaving so they can make a living from the forests. Some conservation groups can buy land for rainforest reserves. They organize scientists to investigate and write reports on the value of rainforest areas. Conservation groups also pressure governments to set up reserves and pass laws to protect endangered plants and animals. Through the efforts of these groups, international agreements have been made to stop the illegal trade in endangered animals. EcoFact, World Heritage Areas. The United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, lists natural or cultural sites that are of great importance to the world. The countries where these World Heritage Areas are found must look after these sites. Some areas of rainforests are protected in World Heritage areas around the world. Australia has 14 of the World Heritage areas. 5 of these areas have rainforests. How to save rainforests. We can all work to save rainforests. You can learn more about the importance of rainforests to the world. Join a conservation group and let others know about the threats to rainforests. Do not buy items made from harvested rainforest woods. Write to the government and ask them to help to save the world's rainforests. The governments of rich countries can help poor countries protect their rainforests for the good of everyone.
Voilà.
Right. This is the end.